Hey guys, I'm back to do this recording maybe a few more times. I'm done with my junior year of high school. That much wasn't obvious by now. Considering it's, May 25th, most people are trying to get out. Okay, what the hell? Alright, whatever. Anyways, so, I don't have much interesting to say, many interesting things to say, in all honesty, but, I can try and speak, but still no guarantees. Well, I think I left off in my last video, having to go do something, which I am terribly sorry about. That was my fault completely. There's some stuff I got busy with, because, that's what happens when you're still with your family and you're still doing schoolwork and whatnot. Things take up your life. Um, Next year's gonna be, or this year, well, once, the school year rolls over again, I'm gonna be a senior. I think there'll be plenty of fun for me, especially considering the fact that, that'll be my last year of high school. And then I'll be able to, focus on college or getting a job or something like that. Even though I could probably do that now, but, not currently on my list of very important things to do. I kind of just want to get some more school stuff done and whatnot. Go to university or college, and then maybe university, so I can, get a computer science degree or something like that. That'll help me with the job I plan to get as like a software developer or something like that. Honestly, whatever pays me the most, I'll do. Because honestly, that's kind of what I'm just here to do. Make some money and find somewhere to live, and that'll be the end of it. That'll be the end of the story there. Which I know is kind of a weird story to say in a Minecraft game, considering how Minecraft is one of those things that shouldn't have. Okay, there's a zombie. Shouldn't have like the worries of the real world. As a video game, its job is to escape. But you can never really know anymore. What's gonna happen? So I just want some certainty. Oh, that's concerning. Alright, let's get this tree down before it gets fully burned down. Because wood is needed to actually do everything. Okay, that's strange. Alright, I'm not gonna get the rest of that. I'm not gonna be here for too long. I kinda just wanna get some stuff going. So do this. Man, it's hard waking up during the summer, you feel me? Because, you're just kind of there to sleep and whatnot, do whatever you need to do. Alright, do I have enough wood? No, not yet. Alright, let's see, does this still work? No, not really. Alright, let's get this, and then continue my stories and whatnot. Oh, I have a few from an old Minecraft server I used to, not old, but, from like 2021, 2020 maybe? Yeah, it was in that period of time. I know that much. So let me get the rest of this chopped down, and we can continue heading on our journey. Alright. So I was in a geopolitical Minecraft server back in like 2020, 2021, right? And I never do anything normal. So me and my friend, we were digging out this chunk right in less than a week. Since I had nothing better to do, it was 2020, 2021, everybody was still in lockdown and whatnot, so school was held online. I never really focused on any of my classes, because none of the classes were really hard enough for me to really exactly care to focus on them, you feel me? So I just played Minecraft, and I set like this little fake image on my screen of me, and the teachers wouldn't know, because I like perfectly put my face in that pose, and then set the image using OBS. So I would never actually focus in class, but they were easy classes, so I guess I really didn't need to focus, considering how I already knew all the information at hand. But I was playing on this Minecraft server, and me and my friend were just, in a geopolitical Minecraft server, we're just digging out this little tunnel, not tunnel, like a giant hole in the ground, at this geopolitical Minecraft server, right? And, we were trying to get riches so we could found our nation, and my friend stopped playing as much, so I basically went to New Zealand, I think. Oceanic Federation is what we call the nation, what he called the nation. I simply did all the mining work and made all the money, or all their gold, as what the currency was in that Minecraft server, right? And, oh man, I went to South Africa a lot. I had like a little outpost set up there, so I could spawn there whenever I needed to. And go back to my home to my bed. So I'd have the spawn point set in South Africa, but my bed would be in New Zealand. So every time I wanted to go mine to get us some riches, I'd go to South Africa and I would burn through netherite in there. Like netherite would randomly spawn, I think, and I just burnt through like all of it. Like nobody else made as much netherite as I did, not even the bigger countries like Germany. And so like the German leaders and Japanese leaders were like, okay, we're gonna do trade with you and whatnot. And it was same with Rome and Italy and everyone. It was hilarious. I was just out here, getting all this netherite, and I just handed them 9 netherite blocks, and they gave me so much gold. Like that, just the gold alone could make an entire nation. And I was doing it so I could keep this small little wimpy little nation alive, so we could pay our taxes and whatnot. Because the server, if you had a nation, you'd pay taxes for per plot of land in like every day, like actual day, not in-game day. And of course, I had so much gold. We had gold to kill. Like there was no other way to describe it. Just obscene amounts of gold, right? And I was just there one day. I was building my little hole, my little glass little area for me to just vibe in. You feel me? And then that happened, and I was like, damn. That as in like basically, I was just building, and this guy just randomly showed up in New Zealand who's not moving. I was like, hello, can I help you? And I was like, he didn't respond, so I just went back to what I was doing, right? And then suddenly I just saw like it's like the Viet Cong in Vietnam, right? And just they came out of nowhere and straight up just murdered me. They didn't take anything of my plant because my plant was like very very well protected. Um, Everything was kind of hidden inside of a mountain, right? So you know how this mountain is like little doors on this wood, and it would hide everything. I had this little secret area, and I kept all my art and my gold because I bought a lot of map art. A lot of kinds of map art. Japan has all the map art, of course, so I bought it from them after I exchanged my gold because like I had so much netherite. The admin who owned Japan actually had to oversee my conduction of exchange of resources. It was absolutely insane. I gave them 9 blocks, and I just had an admin of the server, like a really high up person, just there, just focusing on that. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Let's get the sleeping out of the way real quick. I'll continue my story after I get all this set up and whatnot. Alright, do I have enough? I totally do not. Ooh. Oh, I can just continue. I just need to be wary of the mob. So anyways, as I was saying, so here I was doing this exchange, and one of the higher ups is like, okay, I have to oversee this. I'm like, okay, cool. I made a lot of gold that day. And then I just continued playing casually after that because who was gonna stop me? What was gonna stop me? I was just vibing, doing my own little thing. You feel me? And these guys, these random people, just came out of nowhere and like killed me. And I was like, what the heck? I just lost lots of netherite armor, right? And honestly, it was just I felt so terrible after the day. I literally was like, okay, well, my members who were supposed to protect me with all this netherite and gold and everything, and they just didn't. They were never there. I was like, bro, help me, help me. I'm like, no, I can't. Like, bro, I am the one who is keeping up this nation. I'm doing everything, and I'm doing all the finances of this like nation in Minecraft, in this geopolitical server, in this little New Zealand country, which was the top exporter of netherite. And I was like, okay, well, if you can't protect me, Japan will, Germany will, or Italy will. And so I had so many offers from people saying, please join us. We will protect you. I was like, okay. And Germany's like, well, I've seen some of your project ideas. I think you could help us. Like, okay, that works. Because I just wanted to make a mega commerce center out of glass. That's kind of my little glass build that I made that I was talking about a few minutes ago. Oh, this would be very tight fit. All right, here we go, and we did it. And it's crazy. Like I stopped playing after that primarily because I lost everything. And wow, yeah, it was super big news in that server when the country of not country, the nation of Oceanic Federation just dispatched itself. It was gone the next day. It was like, Ooh, that's gonna suck, because basically you had this requirement of how many people you needed to form a nation, and I was one of those members that they needed to form that stuff, and I was like, ooh, that sucks so much. But I didn't really feel bad. I'm gonna be honest with you, it was kind of whatever. You feel me? Um, okay, let's come on. And so here I was, just doing my own little thing. And it just became a huge drama when the server members were not. Get over here, dude. It just got disbanded. The guy got really, really ultra mad at me, like mad beyond belief. I was like, bro, no one was there to protect me when there were people attacking our base. They stole a lot of stuff, but not from me. Because unfortunately for them, I actually know how to do stuff correctly, so I wasn't terribly affected by this, obviously, as I just demonstrated. Alright, let's get this boat going again and whatnot. Alright, come on. Yeah. And honestly, that's such a crazy time for me to be playing Minecraft and whatnot because everybody was online still. Um, it was it was it was one of those times. It was before everything was starting to get real big and whatnot. Like in my life, like I had to focus on stuff. Like I still don't have to focus on schoolwork because all of it's a bit too easy for me. What the hell is that? That is an obscenely tall mountain. Okay. Anyways, so I was just doing all that, and it was a crazy thing. As I said, got disbanded. Guy got mad at me, and Germany offered me protection. So did Japan. So did Italy. I ended up just joining Japan, and then I kind of disappeared after that. After a few days, I just never played again. I made a little cabin, and I'm pretty sure the server is it's on a different iteration now. It's a whole different kind of a thing, which is okay. This better are gonna try and come after me. Oh no no no! Hi there. Hi. Okay, and so it was a crazy experience. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was a lot of things. It was really fun, especially. Alright, let's come on. Oh, I don't want to do that. It was crazy in general. It was a lot of fun though. I won't lie. It was a lots of fun. I kind of miss it, but I just can't find the inspiration to really play Minecraft for long periods of time anymore. Maybe with this I will have, these little commentaries and whatnot where I'll just talk about cool little fun little stories and whatnot, for funsies and whatnot and everything, Uh, generally it's just really hard for me to find enjoyment in a game anymore. Like, I don't know why, it's just such a difficult like process for me. Like it's possible, but it's not really like a plausible kind of a deal. But like literally the last game I played that I had any remote fun in was probably God of War, the PC port. That was really fun. I won't lie. That one was definitely a good game. I enjoyed that one, even if I was a few years late to it, because I can't play on normal controllers. So for me, it was kind of necessary that I play it on the PC, because then I can understand the controls. Same with goes with Ghostwire Tokyo. Like it's meant to be like mainly a console game, but the way I was able to play it was through the PC because my PC is decent and it's really only possible for me to enjoy it like that. So, all right, here we go. Now we're gonna speed up. All right, and so I was just doing stuff honestly, and that's one of the moments during quarantine that I really enjoyed. Although all of the moments during quarantine I enjoyed because I wasn't really affected by the quarantine. I've always been a very digital person, so for me not to be affected by it was not really a crazy thing. It's kind of an expected kind of a deal in all actuality. But, there's still parts of me that were affected, but it was more of a positive effect rather than a negative effect. All my friends were online, so they were always, really there, but, now they're not. So here I am just doing nothing. I'm chilling by myself. No, not really anybody else there to enjoy my time with. Especially after the early parts of 2022. That's kind of where, everything kind of settled back to normal. Everybody that was really talking to me then kind of stopped really talking to me. Which is understandable. I'm not that much of an entertaining person. I have a few good stories, but in general, just not really my thing to do that. So I just chill now. I'm not really doing much ever. I'll program. Can you shut up, Cave? I'm trying to tell a story or rants. So I just chill now. That's basically all I do anymore. In all honesty, like I guarantee, if I found a person or found a reason to actually have entertainment at my hand, then it wouldn't be such a big what the heck? Oh, that's a sheep. A big issue, but I can't find it. That's my issue currently. I can't find that reason, that inspiration. So, I just don't do things, it's just random, it's whatever. Um, so, it's just one of those things that, those kind of moments where, it's, the times are changing. That's an accurate statement, accurate term for what's going on. The times are changing. Um, things aren't like how they used to be. We could game all night, and I've always known it was gonna end up being like this. I kind of predicted it, but as a person, I'm not a complete psychopath, although I'm getting pretty close to being one at this point. It's just, how do I say it? It's not surprising, but as a person, I am hopeful for change, or hopeful, not hopeful for change, hopeful for the things that I wish the most. As is everybody else, obviously, but for me, it was a little bit of a different thing, cause, oh, wow, am I gonna have to like slide on land? Oh man, I was really hoping I wouldn't have to do that. Um, so the times are, well, they're not changing. They're just going back to the old. It's just, I mean, everything is changing. You have ChatGPT, and that's helping people cheat on assignments with really high scores. And I'm like, bro, if you studied, you wouldn't have to become like a master at using ChatGPT. We're not even studying, just memorizing stuff. If you understand, like, people doing all this, but they're not memorizing the information, which would save them like 2 times the amount of time that they would spend on ChatGPT. You understand me? Like, bro, you're wasting your time doing this when you could just focus more and whatnot and not have this issue. And people just don't seem to understand that you can't cheat your way through life. Trust me. Have you seen? I don't even need to have to see. You have to understand that cheating is never a good thing. Like, if you wouldn't cheat in a relationship, you shouldn't cheat in the classroom. That's one of those things that you really shouldn't do. And I understand that I'm not really one to speak, considering how I basically would focus on my assignments, and then oh crap, is there a, that's a wall. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can purge this area. But I just don't understand why cheat when you can memorize the information within the first few hours and you won't have to worry about it. It doesn't make sense to me how people can do that. It just, oh, well, man, well, I was really hoping I wouldn't have to break my boat doing that. I'm running out of wood. Oh, that's a dog. I want to kill it. Whoa, that's crazy. But it just doesn't compute to me how people can cheat. Like, I used ChatGPT for my AP Physics assignment, but it wasn't like oh, I don't really want to do this and I don't want to learn it. It was more like, okay, I'm trying to understand this and it's like late at night and my teacher's not going to respond to me till tomorrow and he still might not give me a great answer. So I was using ChatGPT not as a cheat tool. I was using it as a teaching tool, not cheating, teaching. So it would teach me this, or teach me the gist of it, so I'd have a conceptual understanding of it, especially for multiple choice answers. Because when you're doing AP classes, your AP test, everything is kind of just a partial credit is where you're gonna win the most. So you do that and you don't have to really worry. So, if you do that, you're pretty much set. And people just don't realize that, which is confusing to me because we've had this internet, this tool for a damn near 3 decades now, and people are still so stupid with it. They just don't understand it, which mind boggles me because maybe I was just in a different environment, different understandings of materials, which let me have a better understanding in general, but it just doesn't exactly really compute for me. Just why cheat? Just memorize the information. It's really not that hard. Like, if you can memorize all the songs in the Spotify playlist, but not memorize what, like, 3 times 10 is, or, like, what 40 times 10 is, that's basic math, bro. How is this such a difficult task for you? It's really not that hard. Like, it's not that hard. It really isn't. If people paid attention in classes more, their cheating wouldn't be such an inspiring thing. Like, in today's world, it's kind of accepted, which yet again, things just don't compute for me, like they should normally. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you have all these beautiful, majestic tools, and you're doing bad with them? You're cheating, because I believe there's a saying for this. The only person you can cheat from by not learning something, the only thing you can cheat yourself out of is yourself. That's what you're losing by not learning. You're only losing the part of yourself that could do something useful with that information. I understand that. You could say it's a product of our system, how it's mandated how you must learn everything. And I understand that point. Like, if a teacher only has to teach like one subject, why should a student have to learn like all of them? That's a good argument. However, I do believe that um, that doesn't give you a reason to cheat. That gives you a reason to make change. It's kind of like climate change. Yes, you understand that it's the issue. Like, you understand that, well, if it's becoming such a problem, why does it matter for me to solve it? See, the problem is that you as a person, you understand the concept of what you're doing is wrong, but you're not acting on it. That's what's causing all these issues of like misunderstanding and just this snowflake. I hate to be rude. The snowflake society. I have nothing against the LGBTQ community. I have nothing against people who cheat or look at stuff for answers. After all, we all have to make it to the end of the day somehow, and preferably into a world that benefits us. But I think if you have to cheat to do something, then that something is doing you wrong, not that you're doing it wrong. Because I understand, you don't want to be a mathematician. Why should you have to learn algebra or learn complex algebra? That's completely understandable. But you shouldn't be like, well, I should cheat to stop this. You should say, no, let's change the system so I don't have to cheat to do this, to stop it. I think that's a much more that's a lot better of a way to do it than just like, oh, we should cheat on it because we don't want to do it, because that's not gonna work in the long run. It's gonna bring society down. We have all this technology, and I believe I think a lot of books have kind of hinted towards this and whatnot, and the world just needs to change and whatnot, because the education system is damn near 200 years old at this point, probably even more. Like, or 100 years even, 150 maybe. We're still used to a school that teaches you how to be complacent to the industrial society. And the thing is that we have all these people who have become so adapted to that, and they make change. But they make change in a society where complacency is encouraged. So you're encouraged to be different but complacent. So it's kind of given a rise to this whole ideology of, well, I'm gay, so you should respect me more than you should respect yourself, or why not you should respect all gay people, but you should hate yourself. They're telling you to be complacent with them because their ideology is different. So we've gone from this complacent but similar society to this complacent but differentiated society where everything is different but the same, and it's not different and the same in a good way. It's it's kind of a really unhealthy thing. I think it's going to be used to take advantage of people, kind of how um you have all the holy wars or like the books in 1984. Everyone was in a complacent society, but it was changed so that, well, you can be different, we can make the society better, but they don't realize through their own hubris or own blindness to this complacency that the only person they're really cheating themselves out of is themselves. They're losing parts of themselves by doing it like this. And it just doesn't really make sense to me, considering the fact that you have have all this going on. Like, it's encouraged to be different, but this difference has a complacency factor in it where you have to be complacent to this. Because if you go back to like the 90s or 80s, whatnot, it was illegal to be gay, especially in a lot of the states. There might be some states. I haven't studied my history of LGBTQ laws from the 20th century. Not really high on my list of things to do, but my point is still quite well standing. If you look back, you can see all these gay people in it. They're so happy. They're different, but they're not. They're not complacent to anything. They're kind of just themselves. Um, and they just be themselves. They don't care what other people think of them. That's great. That's beautiful. They don't have any expectations for what other people should think of them. But you look at everybody or most of the LGBTQ community. I'm not saying that, all LGBTQ are responsible for this. I'm saying it's the small, not the small, but now it's quite the majority. The majority of the differentiated are being super complacent about this because they care what other people think about them. And I think that there are people who say what they think they are without knowing. Because they'll say, oh, I'm bisexual, oh, I'm trans, racially queer, or whatever that means. But they're doing this for like attention, so they can be different but complacent to what they are expected of people who are that. And it's kind of given risen to this anger that everybody is wrong, when I think I don't expect society to be idyllic. Idylic, yes. That's how you spell it. It's not Idealic. I've seen some people spell it like that. It makes me kind of angry, but everybody doesn't have the same level of education. So, and then you have all this going on. I'm like, okay, you're telling me you want to be different, but you have 10 other thousand people who are telling that you should be gay, and if you're not, then you're a bad person. That's such a complacent thing, and it just really, I know I've probably said that like 10,000 times already, but I thought the whole idea about today's society is that we're all different, but the same. We're not all different but complacent. So the thing is that we're all different but complacent, and that kind of brings a similarity, but it's a toxic similarity where everybody has assimilated into these groups of differentiated people, but they're complacent to these ideas of things that they are, and it's putting the people who are different but like the same, like they're human, I'm human, you like being gay, I like being straight. That's beautiful. We've come to our understanding of our differences, and we will not hurt each other over this. We can be different all we want. We can still be the same kind of people. We can still be happy people. We can still be productive people. And it isn't like we're complacent. We're different but complacent. And like you're gay, I'm straight, but it is expected that I be nice to gay people just because they are gay. I can't make jokes around people because they are gay. I can't make offensive jokes around people because they're gay. So we're all different, but we're all complacent to this unrealistic standard, and it just doesn't really make sense to me how we can all just do this and still act like, oh yeah, this is a good way to do it. Because it quite clearly isn't. quite clearly just one of those things that isn't how it should be. It's wrong. Like, naturally so. It's wrong. Because we're all, they're all different. Everybody's different in their own way. There's still people who are exact same, but they're different because they are the same. You understand me, right? It's like twins. They're different, but they're the same. They may not always like each other. They may not always like how they each operate, but at the end of the day, they're the same thing. They're people with shared genes and whatnot. So it just same but different. Same but different. Not same, not different but complacent. That's not how it should work. That's one of the worst ways it can work. I think that's an unhealthy way to do it, in fact. As I've said, stated before. So, you have all these people, and oh yeah, we're so happy, so loving. Okay, then why are we telling people who are straight that their lives aren't worth anything unless they bow down to you? Because do this not same, this different but complacent ideal, you're kind of making a hierarchy of worth, and in a society where it's different but complacent, that's celebrated. That's different but complacent. That's celebrated. Like in 1984, I know there's always all those jokes about it, but you're all the same but different. You're not all the same but different. You're different but complacent, and it just does not make sense to me. I'll continue this in the next recording, but I want to separate this into multiple videos, so give me a second.